Right, so thought I'd do a little video on this thing here. It's an old Indian motorbike. I'm a bit reluctant to even say a year model. It's a bit of a bitter, but I'll say it's a 1948 because that's what the frame is. But it's a bit of a bitter. It's got forks off I think a 53. It's tanks off a 47. Actually, tanks off a 46. Oh man, don't quote me on the exact year models for things. You get those people that are like, oh, that's not right and that's not right. I'm definitely not one of those people. I couldn't care about that sort of stuff. I modify things so they're a bit nicer. Like, you know, these are meant to be 6 volt. This has got 12 volt on it, but yeah, I thought I'd do a bit of a video. I built this thing probably 2 years ago now, and just a weird circumstance of events. Like, I built it. I took it for one ride, just like around my property. I haven't even been on the road with it. And I had a couple of near misses on another bike, like just people driving over me, and I thought, you know what, stuff this, I don't need to ride bikes. I've got 2 young kids at home. I don't need to be run over by some idiot not paying attention. But I was cleaning up the shed today and I seen this in the corner and I thought, oh, poor thing. I literally have not even taken the cover off it in probably 2 years. So I thought today I'd get it out, just have a bit of a look over it and chuck some fuel in it and kickstart it and see if it goes. So I'm getting a little bit motivated here. I might even go chuck some rego on it and take it for a ride. But it's literally a brand new build. It's never really been ridden. So I think all the panels are original except for the tanks. They're like from Indian remanufacture. They seem pretty good. They're not leaking. The motor is 80 cube out of oh, don't quote me on this. I think it's a 51 or a 53. My old man's had this motor for years, and I've always been drawn to it because it's got some cans of stuff in it. And out of all the bikes he's had, this one sounds really good. So I've always loved this motor, and I've made him put it in so many things over the years. Like whatever bike I'm riding, I'll always take the motor out of that and put this in. And I had a 35 Chief for ages, and I had this 80 in there. It was so good. It was the best thing. So when we took that one back to stock, this motor was just sitting on the bench, and Dad was he's like, oh, I'm going to sell it, and I was like, I'm buying it. So yeah, now I own it, and then I had to find a bike to put it in. So this is it. It was just a basket case that Dad had. I'll chuck some photos of it up in the video somewhere. But yeah, we built it together over a couple of years. It was cool. Yeah, and just I haven't ridden it. Like I think there's still actually, now I'm remembering, there's actually one thing I've got to do. It's when I wired it up on the ignition switch, I put the brake light on the wrong terminal, and as soon as you turn the ignition switch on, the brake light just comes on. So that's something I've got to fix. But apart from that, I'm pretty sure it's good to ride. Oh, and I don't have any tank badges because this bike cost me so much money, and everyone wants like $1,000 for 2 tank badges. I am not paying $1,000 for tank badges. I'll just run it without tank badges for all I care. Or just to piss people off, I found some little round Harley Davidson badges, and I thought maybe I'll put them on. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get this thing going. I'm gonna start it, and I might just take it for a little ride down the road. And I don't know, if I get motivated, I might even go chuck some rego on this thing and maybe put it into service and start actually using it, because I haven't ridden a bike in ages, like maybe since even before COVID. Yeah, I don't know. It's been ages anyway. So anyway, here we go. Let's see if this thing even starts. Here's a bit of a look over it. Beautiful paint job on it. Still haven't even got the blue off the white wall tyres. But spewing it's just sitting for a couple of years. It's been really wet here. And yeah, some of that paint's going a bit shitty. Mould all on the seat. Whoops. Yeah, she's quite a tidy thing. I don't even think it has a scratch on it yet. I also love these forks too. There's meant to be like this little panel here. I think oh, here it is. This is what colour the panels were when I had it. But I don't like that, so it can stay off the bike. But yeah, anyway. Just take the fuel tanks, they're totally empty, so we go at the back, grab a jerry can of fuel, and come back and put it in there and give it a kick in the guts. One thing I will say about this 80 cube motor, it is a bastard to kick over. It's so fucking hard to kick over. You really got to get it right, because when it kicks back, whoa, it gives it to you. So anyway, I'm going to go get some fuel, and I'll see you back in a sec. Surprise, the battery's dead. I should have known that, but anyway, I'll get it on charge and we'll give it a kick in the guts a bit later. All right, so we've had this on charge all day. Now it's time to get over it and kick it in the guts. This thing is actually quite hard to kick over, so you might get to laugh at me struggling. See how we go. Right, so for anyone who doesn't know, you give these things a couple of kicks with a choke on, back the choke off, and then on the third kick it should run. So let's see, it's been a while since this thing's run. And I'm doing something real dumb and kicking it over in thongs, and my thongs are wet because I've just been for a swim. Anyway, so get the choke all the way on, fuel on, full throttle, ignition's off. I'll give it 2 big kicks. This thing's so hard to kick over. Alright, should start now. Choke all the way off, down 2 clicks. Hang on, let me make sure I've got it plugged in. Plug the ignition in. Plug the battery in. Alright. We go mostly retarded on the ignition. Oh, this gets me nervous every time. Alright, here we go. Come on, baby. Damn it! Well, you can't complain about that. I'm going to take it for a little ride. Oh, there we go. Now all I've got to do is fix that. So obviously wired it up wrong when I did it. It just stays on all the time. Oops. No, do something about that. Started then. About 30 k's. Apart from being ridiculously hard to start, it went really good. Fuck, this thing's hard to kick over. I never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm actually going to look into one of the electric starters for this thing. Because that's just not enjoyable. It reminded me why I don't ride this bike anymore. Well, anymore. Why I don't ride it at all, because it's just too hard to kick over. Just gave my mate a go, he couldn't even kick it over at all. Anyway, at least it goes. I'll try and get some rego for it. Kids got excited and got their bikes out too. Anyway, that's the end of that one. It's just up to me to put some miles on her now, so see how she goes.